Hey, it's me, Brian, with teachselfawareness.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how I build a law of attraction magnet. Yeah, right? And this is super simple and it's effective. You're going to be able to attract or create whatever you prefer to have come to pass in your personal life. It can be material things or it can be experiences. Doesn't matter. Your preference. So let's go ahead and get started. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about building a law of attraction magnet. This works and it's not difficult to do, and it's going to have a big impact on your life. Plus, you need to know that I have to make this process as a series. It's just the way it has to be. So, because there are 4 things that we need to build a law of attraction magnet, and it's just better to cover it in a series of videos. So it's not going to be that long. This way you can digest it in chunks. So the series is going to cover the 4 things that we need in order to build the law of attraction magnet. It's going to cover preferences, presence, power, and the pieces of the puzzle that we prefer to come to pass into our personal life. So stick around, be a part of this series. It's my first series. You're going to love it. I will not be a disappointment for you. Trust me. So the first thing we're going to need in order to build a law of attraction magnet is a preference. A preference, right? Everyone's got preferences. You've got things that you would like to have happen for yourself, right? You've got material things and you've got experiences that you would prefer to come to pass into your life. And we're calling them a preference, and that's important because they're not a must-have. This cannot be done with a must-have, I have to have it or else. No, we're going to hold on to our preference loosely. We're going to ponder how awesome it would be if that thing would come to pass and how we are just quietly, calmly voting for it to be in our lives. We're going to hold on loosely, and that's why we call it a preference. Preferences are different than demands. Preferences are different than I have to have this or else. See? Because a preference doesn't really define our identity, right? A preference is more of us saying like, hey, I'm self-aware. I'm a whole person. I'm okay already, right? And I'm just going to now cast my vote for something I would prefer to have happen. So the first thing we're going to need is a preference. No one need tell you what your preference is. You have free will to choose whatever you prefer. Everybody's different. We all have different heart's desires. So once you have a preference, and I'm going to use it for this example, I might as well build this magnet with one of my own preferences so that I can have it come to pass, right? While I'm making the video, right? So for my preference is going to be not a material thing, but an experience. And the experience that I prefer to have come to pass is me running a full marathon, right? A 26.2 mile marathon in October. And I'm making this video here in June. So I'm going to use that as my preference. Now, the other thing I want to say about preferences is that you want to know that what you prefer can actually go into your life. You want to know that yourself is very malleable, very changeable, very rewritable, right? And this part's going to be easy. Think about this for a moment. This is an important piece of the puzzle. All day long, we are adding new bits of information into the database of ourself. Our personal story is changing moment by moment. Even watching this video, your self is being rearranged, shifted around. Different parts of what you already know are kind of like getting highlighted. Other parts are sort of like falling back. So we are getting a different understanding of the world around us. Our self is like a database that keeps getting updated, rearranged, refined. And when you can see this through that simple idea of the self being a database, then you just know, I don't have to prove to you that you just know that yourself can change and take on new things. And this is important because that's going to allow you to have a doubt-free type of an experience with attracting new preferences into your life. So With the preference, the first real step that we need to take is we need to define the preference. We need to give it some type of a definition, because remember, it's just a preference right now. It doesn't really exist in the world yet. It's not stepped down into your personal self experience as part of your history yet. So my marathon didn't come to pass yet. It's not written in the file folder or the database called Brian, but it's going to be. I already know that. So think about it like this. The preferences are like what? They're like those stars that we are pulling down, those new ideas that are coming down from the anything is possible space, right? This little star. And that's going to be our preference. But what we're going to do is we're going to need to, since it's just a star, it's just like light, it's just an idea, it's just imaginary. We need to give it some substance, some concreteness. And we're going to use our self to do that. See, our self is made up of a physical, a mental, and emotional part, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to draw on ourself to sort of build what's called a word print around our idea so that we can give it some structure. So watch, I'm going to go into myself and I'll pull out an idea that would coincide with what it would be like if I ran that full marathon. Now, right away, I know that a marathon is 26.2 miles. Okay, good. I see something in myself I can put up there. Boom. So see that sticker? Yeah, 26.2 miles sticker, because I'm going to get that sticker after I run the marathon. So I know that that is part of what it looks like for me to have run the marathon, for it to have come to pass. And I'm going to use that sticker. I can see it right now in my imagination. I'm imagining putting that sticker on my RAV4. Yeah, right next to my 13.1 sticker that I already ran a half marathon, right? There it is. I'm putting it onto my back of my RAV4. I'm pressing the sticker on. How that feels to know, like, oh my God, you ran a full marathon. It happened. See, right now, as I'm focused on that image of the sticker, I'm also focusing on the emotional signature of what it's like to have the experience of putting the sticker on my vehicle, right? And that's another part that we need to build into the word print. So we take labels and names or images and we put them up to help form our preference, right? And we imagine what it would feel like when it comes to pass, as if it were happening right now. And that's going to give us the emotional signature, the emotional charge, the emotional wireless address of the experience. Okay, so we need a couple more of these to really define or flesh out our preference. Okay, so I got the 26.2 mile sticker. What else? Oh, I see another one. See, I go into my database of myself and I see images or ideas that I already know about that I can use to help define this immaterial thing called me running the marathon, because it hasn't come to earth yet. It hasn't come to pass in myself yet. So the second thing that I'm seeing, I see it right now. There it is. I see Niagara Falls. Now, why do I see Niagara Falls? Because this marathon, I know that this marathon culminates at Niagara Falls, at the Horseshoe Falls. That's funny because I'm building a magnet and it culminates at the Horseshoe Falls, right? Anyway, that's bonus puzzle piece there. All right, so I'm picturing Niagara Falls. I'm gonna put that up there in my word print, right? I want to feel what it's like to be there. There I am, like coming to the end of the marathon. I see the falls in the distance. Oh my God, I'm going to finish the marathon. I'm going to run 26.2 miles. This is awesome. See, I'm connecting with the energy signature of what it's like for me to witness Niagara Falls. And I'm getting the details fleshed out. Oh my God, I can feel the little droplets of water, the spray of water on my face and my skin as I'm getting closer to the falls. And I know that that's true because I've been to the falls before. In the database of myself, I'm using those bits of the puzzle pieces to build, right? To flesh out and define my preferred idea that I pulled down from nowhere land, from the anything is possible place. So now I've got the 26.2 sticker. I've got Niagara Falls and the spray of cool droplets on my face. Oh, there's another one. Okay, I'm putting one more in. I can see my feet, the Hoka sneakers, running shoes that I'm wearing. They're red and I'm running in them, right? And I'm looking down and I'm like, you are running a 26.2 mile marathon. You're definitely going to make this. You've got stamina, right? I'm telling myself in this imaginary scene, I have stamina. I can do this. I've run in these running shoes hundreds of miles already. What's another 26.2, right? And I'm seeing this as I look down at my imaginary experience of running this marathon in my Hoka red running shoes. Boom, right? So look, I just dipped into myself and I did the first step, which was I picked a preference and I mapped it out with a word print by putting labels and names and images around it, and by, importantly, feeling them with my emotions. So really, I have 2/3 of what's needed for this experience to come to pass. See, I have all the labels and names, the physical experience or mental experience of it with the labels and names, and I have the emotional signature of what it's going to feel like to run this and complete this marathon, to put my sticker on my car, right? To witness Niagara Falls, right? And to look down at my Hoka running shoes, knowing that I'm finishing the marathon, right? So that's already in the database of myself. That image, I've put it in there. I've got 2/3 of it, really. The only thing I lack is the last part, which is that it's actually in time it has come to pass. That part's easy. That part's going to take care of itself. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the second step to build a law of attraction magnet. And that second step is all about presence. Presence, right? We need the presence to bring what we prefer into our personal life. So look for that coming up. It'll be out before you know it. Enjoy your day. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy building a law of attraction magnet that's going to help bring what you prefer into your personal life. Enjoy your awareness.